Goedemiddag, goedemorgen, goedenavond, goeie wherever you are when you're listening and watching and consuming this amazing content. Whoa, did I just
Ah,
see Ivana in the
wow.
background?
Yes, you did.
Uh,
Yeah. She's not the big unknown anymore, of course. Then.
no, no,
Yeah, that's my wife.
she's the big awesome.
Everybody.
She's the big awesome is what
She is. Yeah. Not
she's a
as
rock
in
she's
literally big.
she's a rock star without the bad rock star habits.
Yes, she is. She's my hero.
So we we've been talking about food, and I'd like to know, I'd like to put this out there, people can let us know. Does talking about food, especially food that you really like, make you hungry? Does it
Ah,
cause some sort of biologic response? Does it cause you almost Pavlovian like to start to salivate when someone's talking about something you really love? Maybe it's meatloaf or tuna noodle casserole or borenkool or hotting or sushi or pizza, whatever it is. Does does it make you drool like maybe it's making Tone drool because I just saw him wipe his lip?
no, I don't. I don't have that for
Really?
some strange
Oh my
reason. No,
gosh.
I never had that.
Uh,
Not that I remember or anything.
man,
No.
I would dive right into a plate of hotting or a giant bowl of borenkool right now. I would. And
Of
I think
course.
even if I'd eaten, I'd
Yeah.
still do it because
Yeah.
oh,
Well, Yvonne and I have this guilty pleasure in food right now, and it's called sausijzenbroodje.
put bread in with
It
what?
is sausijzenbroodje, sausage bread.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
you
oh,
know that? Yeah.
yeah.
So you can pick it up ready
Yep.
and hot at the local supermarket. So we go over there and get a couple, but.
Yeah.
It's it's not that really healthy, but oh my
No, well,
God.
it's almost
Yeah.
like the I think it's Hema has the hot dog inside the round bun.
Yeah. Nee, is niet hetzelfde. Nee. It's it's made from French dough. Does
Yeah.
that ring a bell?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like where they make from
Yeah,
what
like a
they make
baguette or something.
croissants.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah.
croissant.
Okay.
Croissant?
Yeah.
Oui.
Yeah.
La français, croissant, oui.
Yeah.
The same stuff. And they
Okay.
make an envelope out of it and they put a little roll of sausage meat.
Oh,
Oh my
so
God.
that's diff but that's
Mm.
yeah, so it's not at all like the Hema hot dog in a bun. Uh,
Nee, not at
but
all.
good
No.
Lord. I now that can't possibly be healthy for you either, but I love the idea of having just imagine if you will, especially if you're American, our hot dogs and buns, the bun is like this, right? And then the hot dog goes on top and depending
Yeah,
where in the country you are influences what goes on the hot dog. And the reason I say it that
yeah,
way is because there are parts of the country where certain items you don't put ketchup on hot dog and like Chicago, right? You just don't do that. Them's
right.
almost fighting words. But I remember the first time I went to Hema and got this delicious, fully enclosed bun, baked bread with a hot
Right.
dog inside it. And sometimes
Yeah,
the hot dog would have cheese in it, and they'd use this tube and they'd stick the tube inside the hot dog and squirt this cheese.
yeah.
It can't possibly be healthy, but damn it, it was delicious.
That's so good. It
Still
is, yeah.
delicious. Yeah.
Also, this really funny thing that you might remember, but maybe it's funny to share this. You know, when you order fries in our uh, cafeteria,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, a cafeteria in the Netherlands is something way different than in America. It's like a a lunchroom, something for personnel,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
cafeteria,
yeah.
or in
Well, so
schools, right? Right.
companies have that. Many companies have
Right.
that. Yeah,
Yeah. And in the Netherlands, of course, a cafeteria is a place where you can get French fries or
right.
Dutch fries for that
Yeah,
matter and stuff like that.
yeah.
And
Or freedom
yeah,
fries.
and Dutch snacks like frikandel and
Ah,
croquette and stuff like
frikandel,
that. Yeah.
croquettes, and yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, what you can buy there is like war fries. Do you remember that? War fries. Yeah, like fries and
I'm
patat.
trying
How do
to
you call it?
I'm trying to
It's
think of
really
what that
funny
is.
because yeah. So it somebody came up with the combinations like fritessaus, mayonnaise, a version of
Yeah,
mayonnaise, and it
I
goes
had
together with peanut sauce.
yeah,
And you
well,
put
peanut
that
sauce.
together and put
Yeah.
onions on it, and then you have war fries.
So okay, so because I have taken mayonnaise and diced onions and then dipped French fries into it, and that's good. But I had to correct. That was a few years ago when I was in the Netherlands, and yeah, we were sitting down to eat, and I was given some packets of American frites sauce, and I went, what
Yeah.
is this?" I said, "Because American frites sauce in America
Yeah,
is ketchup." No,
I
no,
know.
this is what it is. And I went, okay, so as the resident American at the table, trust me when
Right.
I tell you, this is not American. Just because you say it's American fruit sauce doesn't mean it's American fruit sauce.
Well, that's also typical Dutch. That they adopt certain countries and they go like, well, this is Asian soy sauce or something like I
Yeah,
don't know, whatever,
yeah,
But where it comes from, the American free sauce is like they made their own version of the free sauce that is
yep,
used at McDonald's in the Netherlands,
right,
and
okay.
that's where it's coming from. But
Yeah, it comes in the
in
big,
America,
huge
you don't have
plastic.
no, yeah, but in America, you don't even have free sauce, American free sauce in the McDonald's. It just doesn't exist, does it?
No, no, it's ketchup. It's
No,
packets of ketchup.
exactly. So in Netherlands, you have American style fried sauce in the McDonald's.
Yeah,
Really? Yeah.
yeah,
So
but
that's pretty
there's
funny.
nothing American style about it. But
There's
I mean, on
nothing
the other
there,
hand,
but still.
I have I've been to places where there's a couple of funny things to point out. So one of them, I was with a friend who had flown into town, and he goes,
Hmm.
where I live, there's not a good deli. Let's go to a let's and so we find a place that has deli in its name, and I'm not going to name the place because they don't deserve any kind of name brand recognition. We walk in. And
So bad it was.
my friend's like looking around and he's studying the menu as he's rubbing his hands because he's excited about the idea of ordering a bagel with cream cheese and lox and some capers, onions, tomatoes. And he can't find he can't find bagels. And he looks at the person behind the counter and he goes, "I want a bagel." And she goes, "We don't
Hmm.
have bagels." And he goes, "You're a deli. You call yourself a Jewish deli. What do you mean you don't have bagels?" And then he goes, "Come on, let's get out of here." And he walked out. And I looked at him and went, "I guess we won't be dining here today." So, that was funny. But also, I remember, uh, because I key into these things. I don't know. We had gone out to eat somewhere, and on the dessert menu was something that included Dutch chocolate. And I went, "Okay, tell me about the
Hmm.
Dutch chocolate."
Uh,
And the girl goes, "Well, I don't really know. It's chocolate." I went, "No, no, 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 no. Dutch chocolate isn't just chocolate. Okay."
yeah, you don't get off so easy.
No.
Explain to me.
So she couldn't explain it. She couldn't explain it. She said she went and
Uh,
talked to the manager, and the manager couldn't explain it. And I went, "Well, you think you just call it it's almost like calling anything bubbly that you drink champagne. You can't. It's got to come from the
nee,
Champagne region. Otherwise it ain't champagne. Tell me why.
exactly.
Tell me." So So,
Yeah.
the Dutch aren't alone or innocent in this idea of either appropriating foods and
Yeah.
saying, no, this is,
Yeah.
and
I guess.
I mean, the reality is, French fries didn't even originate in France,
In
but
France, no.
there was a big deal when America was mad at France. Everybody started this campaign to change the name to Freedom Fries. Good Lord.
Really?
Yeah.
Freedom fries.
Yeah.
That is fine. Oh, by the way, so I heard you saying deli because, of course, we know. I know the word deli. I've
Yeah.
seen it before, and I know it's in America, something in America, but I never knew it was a
Yeah,
synonym
I
for
think it's a short for delicatessen, which might be German, maybe. I don't know.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, but is it like a typical Jewish style restaurant, or what is
It's
it,
no, no, no,
or
no,
like
no, 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 no. If
a
you
dining?
No, there are some places you'll go as at restaurants where if the restaurant calls themselves a deli,
Uh,
there's an expectation that certain foods are going to be on the menu. Now, it doesn't mean that they're going to be, excuse me, this doesn't mean they're going to be kosher per se. Most of these places have bacon and pork chops and all that other crap, but yeah,
yeah,
you have an expectation you'll find certain things, maybe
yeah.
certain kinds of Jewish or other cultural or ethnic foods.
Oh,
But that's
okay.
not to say if it has the word deli, it
Ah, it could.
automatically is
r-
Jewish or German.
Oh, okay.
Many supermarkets have delis, have places where you can go up and say, you want a
Ah,
half pound of
I
thinly
know.
sliced roast beef or
Right, right,
cheese, and even
right.
kilo of Cass, right? So
Ah,
yeah,
I get it.
that's
Yeah,
the
I get it.
distinction.
Yeah. Ah, okay. Another thing learned today. I didn't know. I went like deli, of course. Yeah, deli. Seen it before, but I never knew exactly what was the definition of a deli. I didn't
That's
know.
it. And
So now I do.
that's the and that's a typical distinction, but it's not
Hmm.
like I said, it's not written in stone because there are places out there that will call themselves delis that are not
Yeah.
actually delis. It's almost like calling Taco Bell Mexican is like calling American fritessaus American. It's not. It's like calling Olive Garden Italian. They're not.
Yeah.
They serve a purpose and the food can be good, but
Hmm. Yeah. Well, the thing is, every time I heard Delhi in the past, I went like, Delhi? What do you mean, New Delhi? Indian food? What?
oh, Delihi. Right,
Yeah,
right, right.
that was kind of
Yeah.
funny. I always have this association with the word.
Yeah,
Like Delhi, New
I don't
Delhi, Indian
think
foods. No.
so there's
That,
actually a small family-owned chain in Chicago and around Chicago. I think it's Schwartz's Delicatessen, and
uh,
they have the whole word delicatessen, and they have
uh-huh.
a restaurant, they have a kitchen, but they also have a walk-up
Mm,
deli. They have
right.
bagels. I'm looking for something to compare by size. Their bagels are this big around.
Oh, wow.
They're the same diameter as a wheel on a dolly cart, like you would use to push things. Huge, huge, delicious bagels. Everything that they
Uh,
have is amazing. Their menu is a lot of ethnic and cultural things you would associate with Jewish foods, comfort and otherwise. But
mm,
They
mm,
have German stuff on there as well. But
right.
you mentioned something which I think is fun. And I remember the first time Elita went to the Netherlands, and this is a world traveled woman, was with me when we came over in August, part of the when we went
Yes.
to
Yeah.
Floriada, that whole thing. And
Yeah.
she loved the fact that first of all, you could get things like fricandelle sandwiches in a vending machine at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
She also loved the fact that the ingredients were never they could be anything. like, with fricandels and croquettes, she was like, yeah, they
Yeah.
just, you throw it together. Maybe it's the shape that makes it that way. We could never really figure it out. But she goes, she said, really, they should just call it what it is, Dutch mystery meat.
Mystery meat. Yeah, exactly. That like right now they have a thing in the Netherlands. It's a special. There are special machines out there. I don't know if they have them in America. They probably are. They probably do, I mean. And it's called extractor meat, what comes out of there. Well, there's nothing much left for the imagination on that name, I guess.
It it
Extractor meat.
it
Like
sounds,
put all the bullshit in a machine, and then
yep.
in the other everything that kind of resembles meat is coming out, and the rest is discarded, something like
That
that. Yeah. Yeah.
that's a thing that's been going on in America for a long time. And in fact,
Yeah.
they're allowed to include a certain percentage of things that we would call gristle, cartilage and things
Gristle,
you would
exactly.
never
Yeah.
actually eat. And maybe I don't
No.
know if it made it over there, but probably about a dozen years ago, there was much to do about pink slime, this pink sludge that McDonald's uses in their meats to,
No.
yeah,
Okay.
it's almost a filler. But, to your point, the extractor thing, yeah, they have them. They have the rendering plants, and you know, that's the
Yeah.
that's the joke when if you're eating chicken tenders or something like that, the joke is,
Yeah.
there's probably meat, but there's also beaks and butts.
Right. Tits and asses.
Yeah. Yeah, because they take everything, they grind it up. They're allowed to
Beaks
put a
and
certain amount in there.
say
Yeah.
it again. Beaks and
Beaks and butts.
beaks and butts. Snavels and konten. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Butts as like in WTS? Yeah.
Beaks and butts. Yeah,
Or
butts.
yeah, or BUDS, butts, because butts, you don't know what the other thing. They do
Right,
have the
right.
beaks, but the rest
Yeah,
is
BUTS. Beaks and
unknown.
butts. Well, that's funny. Beaks and butts with one T. You're like, we're not sure. And that's one of the that's one of the big jokes. And like I said in the last episode, Joel Grey's character in the movie Remo Williams says they call it fast food because it speeds you to an early grave. And when you see what goes into it and how it's made, and that there's such an economy of scale designed to manufacture these patties, and that they have to add a certain amount of whatever the crap is that they're adding. You're not
Yeah.
actually, but it's kind of funny. It's like, so Subway, right? Subway sandwiches.
Yeah. Yeah.
Subway sandwiches had a lawsuit brought against it a few years ago because it turned out that the foot-long sandwich that they advertised was only 10 inches long.
Wow.
A foot is 12 inches here in the States, and people were
Right.
getting pissed off about it, so much so a class action lawsuit was brought against them. And when you want to talk about,
Okay.
I'm trying to think, I'm trying to think of a fast food places that use quality ingredients. And there there are a couple, but
Yeah.
most of
Nice.
them,
Yeah.
because of that economy of scale, everything's
Hmm.
pre-packaged, it's pre-cut, it's pre-measured,
Right.
it's pre-sliced, and it's so thin. And the
Hmm.
reality is, cold cuts, deli meats. I don't know about in the Netherlands, but here in America, deli meats have sulfites and preservatives and so many different things that, the
Of
UK a
course.
few years ago
Yeah.
came out and said, "Hey, be aware, what you're eating is not good for you."
Right. Right.
Um, here, here, what would happen is the sandwich lobby, if there's such a thing, the restaurant
Hmm.
lobby, the beef lobby, would all go
Yeah.
to their their political representatives and spend a lot of money to get them not to say that.
Yeah, okay. Well, I also it reminded me something. I have the impression that over the years, like the last 20, 25 years ago,
Yep.
the Big Mac used to be bigger. Well,
Yeah.
is that true or is it just in my mind?
No, I think that's true.
Diameter wise, right?
I think that's
Yeah.
true. I think diameter wise it is it's smaller. I don't know
Yeah.
because I'm not a huge Big Mac consumer, but I feel
No, me
I'm breaking
neither.
shit. Sorry. I feel that's the case. I'm trying to remember how it is I know this and what I compared it to. Good Lord, the world's falling apart in my world. Um, you know what it
So
is?
anyway,
It's the restaurant lobby. They found out that I'm talking shit about them and they're not happy and now they're engaged in stuff to me.
we
Um,
yeah, that's just punished right away. It's karma, bitch.
that is so what I do know, everything gets smaller, you know, there used to be. Well, so we'll talk
Yes.
about McDonald's. You know, a lot of these places because they want to appeal to people who are budget conscious, they will have dollar menus
Yeah.
and you know, used to
Dollar
be
menus,
dollar
right.
menus, you know,
We
had
have the same.
pretty substantial products
Yeah.
on it, but now those things have been reduced. There's no longer there. You know, you
Yeah.
talk about dollar, there's a chain here called Dollar Tree. It's a
Of
store.
course. I've been there. Yeah. I remember.
Prices went up to $1.25.
Ah,
But
okay. Well,
they
it's not
haven't
the
changed
$1.25 tree.
they haven't changed the name. They're not going to change the
No,
name, and it hasn't
no,
stopped people from shopping.
no, of course.
There was a little bit of a titter about people who were going to protest and boycott and whatever because
Oh, yeah,
they don't have nothing but time on their hands and they want to be ridiculous to knock themselves out. I get it. I don't know if
yeah,
that's
it
a
doesn't
battle you
matter at
want to
all.
take on.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I guess the big thing though, this goes to another thing. You know, we talk about you talk about extractor machines. You know, we've got rendering machines that do the same thing. Same thing. I mean, they find a way to strip meat off a bone that doesn't exist.
right, exactly.
But
That is funny.
the biggest problem that's starting to affect Dollar Tree is, you know, you can buy a lot of foods there. And the thing is, you have to look at where the foods are coming from because they're coming
Mm,
from other countries and it's turning
mm.
out that you know they've had to pull foods off the shelves because there are ingredients in the foods that are not advertised and some of these things can be lethal in certain doses. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
like
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
spices and other foods that they're selling, and you know, you've got families that
Mm,
are on tight budgets, and you go to Dollar Tree and you can buy a box of cereal for a buck 25,
right,
whereas if you go to a supermarket that is not Aldi, they're charging
mm,
$4.50 and $5.50 for a box
right,
of cereal.
yeah.
So you know, families see
So
that and
there could be,
they want to
yeah.
save money,
So
but you know,
yeah,
the
if
problem.
you eat too much, yeah, you might,
Well,
yeah,
it's the same
something
thing
might
as fast
happen.
food
Yeah,
restaurants. You know, they're going, you know, people are eating at these restaurants maybe because they're addicted and maybe because they have a budget.
right,
And the problem though is you're not eating healthier.
right,
You're
right.
not doing yourself, your body, your family any favors.
Yeah. So when you eat unhealthy cereal, it might be a cereal killer.
That's
So
that's
it's so
true.
corny
You know,
and so corny.
no, but
I
if
had to
you
do it.
you know what? So listen, hang on. Because we're talking about this stuff, um I think I should be able to find, damn it, I had this information somewhere. We were talking, I think the last episode we were talking about the difference between foods when we're talking about all right, here we go. Uh this is a great example when we talk about cereals, regular box cereals. So the US version of Fruit Loops and the German version, if y'all can see that, the column over here, right?
Hmm.
The short column,
Yeah.
that's the German version. The long column's the American version. All right. Here we go. Fruit Loops, the India version and the American version. All right. Good
Okay.
Lord. I'm a hot mess today, folks, and I apologize. Uh, the Australian version and the American version of Fruit Loops. It's nuts. And
Yeah.
that's just one cereal. There's so much that
Mm.
that is going into American foods and it's not healthy. More of a thing doesn't make it good, just like more ingredients doesn't make it good.
Mm.
My thing is I understand the need for some preservatives, but
Yeah.
I'll look at ingredients and go, yeah, you know what? When it starts to become polysyllabic, which it's got a bunch of syllables or it's words I can't even pronounce, I won't put it in
Right.
my body.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's pretty hard to eat anything if you watch that all the time. Oh my God.
Yeah, well, once I think you can be mindful and you can
Choice. Yeah.
make exceptions, but
Yeah.
for people who eat out every night or even several times a week, you're
Mm.
relying on whatever the kitchen is putting into the food. And if it's prepackaged, you're relying on whatever went into that. And if it's got meat,
Mm.
that meat came from a rendering plant or an extraction machine. So you have no
Yeah.
idea what you are consuming.
Right.
It's just, but here's the thing, and we're getting to the end of the episode, but really quickly, I
Already. Oh my
I
God.
I know, I know.
You could do
Real
another one. Easy.
I know, isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Real quickly, I want people to know it's not hard to uh find things at the intersection of tastes good and is good for you, right?
Right.
Literally, it's a
Yeah.
Venn diagram, and in the middle, you can live. You just start doing the research, and then the stuff that you really love that maybe isn't good for you, like tons of bread, is not good for you, for example.
Mm.
Tons of regular enriched pasta is not good for you. You can
Nope.
consume that
Nope.
stuff in moderation, and then you find
Yeah.
alternatives. Um, I remember the very first time someone introduced me to a sandwich wrap with something that had used spinach flour as the tortilla, and then they also
Oh,
introduced me
right.
to a wrap that used romaine lettuce leaves. And I thought, that's gonna taste like crap. And I liked it. I thought it
No.
tasted better.
It's,
There's a big
it's
old
not bad.
friggin'
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
so good. So
Yeah.
you can make those choices and they can be good choices for you
Mm.
and your family. And certainly if you've got kids, you lead by example simply by eating that way.
Mm. Oh, yeah. Zeker, yeah. I wanted to end on a positive note, by the way, with the
Yes.
McDonald's, because I don't know if you have it in the States, but over here I've one guilty pleasure with food from McDonald's, crispy chicken tender burgers. You have that in the States?
We
And
have
they
the crisp
serve
they have
is
the crispy chicken, but not as a
yeah,
as a sandwich.
yeah, they do have, in here
Yeah.
they have it, and they have this really nice salad, called salad
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And it's really the seasoning is awesome, and they serve it with honey mustard
Nice.
sauce. Oh
Nice.
my God.
Well, and the
Yeah.
salad's probably good. The honey mustard probably just has a couple of different kinds of sugar, but yeah.
Oh, well, I don't care. I don't eat
But
it
no,
every
no,
day.
no. But you can
It's fine.
also this is something I
Just
never
let them
thought
know.
of. You can
Mm.
you can make these sauces at home and they turn out better because they're flavored to your palate, which I think is really
Yeah.
cool. And it's something I never thought
Yeah.
of. But
Yeah.
you
And they
the
also have them in vegan, by the way. Yeah, but
yeah.
it's awesome. Oh my
Yeah, the
God.
healthy options exist. I agree.
Yeah, they do. And they're not bad at all at McDonald's,
No,
actually. It's
no,
really good. It's
I'm
really
sure.
good. You hardly can tell the difference. It's really nice. Love it. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, also I wrote down it. I took a couple of notes.
Yeah.
What you also have in the Netherlands in the cafeteria where you eat the
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
fatty food.
Yep.
Uh, there's something a barber in Rotterdam, I think, if I remember correctly, he came up with something, and then because he used to order out for every week on Fridays because there
Right.
was a long then yeah, there's something that doesn't exist in America, but over here it's stopped also. But you had in Netherlands you had a buying evening, something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember
so
that.
once a week
Yeah. One
on
one night a week.
Friday.
One night a week.
Yeah,
The businesses
yeah,
are open later.
right. Yeah. So the guy ordered out food from the local cafeteria, and he always had a hard time picking what he liked or choosing what he liked. So he went like, "Oh, give me everything in one plate."
Yeah.
And then the guy in the cafeteria made up his own recipe. It was fries, and it was coleslaw, I don't know, and
That's
satay
great though.
sauce and everything. It's one big fat pile of meat and fries and everything in
Yes.
one bowl, and
Yeah.
that became kapsalon. It became
Ah, that's great.
hairdresser. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now everybody in the Netherlands knows it. Even it's even turned up in the shelves in supermarkets.
I think that's wonderful. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yep.
Well.
Which also
Yeah,
goes
well,
to show you, I mean, there are options and they're only limited by your creativity. And even the least creative among us can come up with ideas for like, oh,
mm,
that's a good idea. You
yeah,
know, being being
yeah,
and eating healthy is easier than people think. You
yeah.
just have to do it a little at a time.
Mm, true, absolutely. And I'm a big vegetable fan. I love it.
Yeah, same,
Uh,
same,
and
same. Good Lord, I love
it's
vegetables.
so yeah, so tasty. You know,
Yeah.
people go like, "Oh, you gotta eat meat." No, you
Yeah,
don't.
no,
You
no,
don't have to eat meat
no.
at
Look,
all.
look,
It's not
look at these
necessary.
teeth. Tell people, look at the teeth,
Yeah,
man. The teeth tell you what your body is designed to eat and consume and break down.
yeah. Well, you can eat it if it's cooked meat,
Yeah,
but
but the thing,
yeah,
yeah, I
well,
mean, this is a conversation for another episode for sure,
yeah,
because the human
yeah.
biology says a lot about what's good for us and what's not. Um,
Well, yeah, well, we are omnivores, so we
yeah,
can
it's
eat a
true,
lot.
it's
Yeah,
true. But in different parts of the world, we eat different quantities of a particular thing.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. Well, meat, of course, meat
yeah,
was not, uh, uh, you know, you have these paleo diet thinkers
yep,
and
yep,
stuff
yep.
like that, but it's not like humans in the early times were
No, no,
only eating meat because
agree.
that was a rare commodity as well
Yes,
because they had
yeah,
to fight for
yep,
it. So,
yep, yep. And
yeah, so
that's how
not
you have
that
to
easy
treat
as
it.
everybody thinks.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
how you have to treat it
Yeah,
to eat healthy.
yeah, yeah,
Meat
yeah, yeah,
meat shouldn't be on every meal and every plate.
yeah. Also
Uh,
interesting, all the vegetables that we eat, they're all designed by us
yeah,
because they don't exist in the wild.
that's a
We,
good point. That's a good point.
yeah, because people go like, yeah, well, the
Well,
vegetables
well,
are
hang
were
on, hang
always
on.
there.
That's
No.
it. Yeah, the Dutch are famous for making the carrot orange.
Yeah,
So,
that's
yeah,
right. Exactly. It
on
is. That's funny.
on that note, I'd like to thank Tone for being here. It's always a pleasure. And remember to click like and subscribe and
Same.
share with your friends. And if you've got thoughts for a topic, please share it with us because we want to talk about it.
Yes, we do.
Until next time, everybody.
Tot de volgende keer.
Tot ziens.
Tot ziens. Kan ook, ja.
Later.
Later. Have a great day, or or a good night, or whatever,
Evening
or
or morning. Yeah,
whatever comes first. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Until then.
Doei.
Doeg.
Later.